We have an update to the story that I brought you guys the other day, talking about how the Pokemon Company got caught plagiarizing an artist drawing one of the characters. Apparently, they are now trying to do some damage control for the person that they plagiarized from, because apparently Pokemon fans and Nintendo fans were getting mad at the person that created the art of Ho-Oh. It says the Pokemon Company asks fans to stop harassing TCG Pocket Plagiarism illustrator, stresses it's to blame. Remember when I covered this previously, how I thought it was hysterical that it was like, oh, they're trying to put it on the artist for just drawing something that got stolen by them. The company has asked fans to stop harassing the illustrator after it removed two of their designs. The Pokemon Company has asked players to stop harassing the illustrator responsible for two TCG Pocket card designs, which have been removed following the accusations of plagiarism. Earlier this week, the mobile game received its latest update, Wisdom of Sea and Sky. But before it launched, Chinese artist, this person, noted on it, and by the way, they're no longer on X anymore, noted that the artwork they had previously created of Ho-Oh appeared to have been used as the basis for one of the new cards in the expansion. The Pokemon Company then addressed this in a statement, deeply apologizing for the issue and removing the design of both Ho-Oh EX and Lugia EX cards for now, replacing them with placeholder images, which simply said, new art coming soon. During its initial statement, the Pokemon Company explained that it had provided the card's illustrator with quote-unquote incorrect reference material. But it appears that fans had continued to harass the illustrator and accused them of plagiarism. So people were confused that the artist was the one that created the art and it was stolen by the Pokemon Company. And people thought that that artist stole it from the Pokemon Company. Now the Pokemon Company has stepped in again to stress that the fault lies with its own card production team, not the illustrator. In a new statement posted on the Japanese Pokemon TCG Pocket account on X, the company stressed that the issue arose when its own card production team sent concept sketches to the illustrator, seemingly based on existing art, and asked the illustrator to simply recreate it. Which I have so many questions on this that's not even funny. Like, where do they get their art from? And why do their artists not know how to draw things? So this is the post that I want to go through here. Because man, this is wild stuff. This is from the Pokemon Trading Company, and I have not brushed up on my Japanese, so I asked Grok to help me out with it. I said, Grok, translate this to English. And then he said, regarding Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Ho-Oh EX3 and Lugia EX3, thank you for playing Pokemon TCG Pocket. As announced on July 30th, Wednesday, regarding the illustrations of Ho-Oh EX and Lugia EX in Pokemon TCG Pocket, we have confirmed some criticism directed at the illustrators. This error stems from the Pokemon Company and Creatures Inc.'s card production team overlooking revisions in materials. The illustrators bear no fault. So they're not even blaming the person they stole from. They're saying don't blame the illustrator at our company because it's not their fault that they literally just added this to ChatGPT allegedly and said put a sun behind it and show me what it looks like on a card. There was very little work done from the looks of it, in my humble opinion. All responsibility lies with the Pokemon Company and Creatures Inc. We will not tolerate actions that undermine the creativity and value of our operations and many illustrators. Now, the reason why I got confused initially on this, that I thought they were talking about the original artist that they stole from, is because the original artist deleted his X, removed everything, and everything's gone. Nowhere to be found, and they were apologizing for even drawing it in the first place in the previous video, because apparently it's copyrighted material that you're not allowed to draw Pokemon without Nintendo's approval, which is wild in its own right. That's some Disney level logic. In some illustrations, the planning sketches created by the card production team were colored as is, resulting in uncorrected parts remaining. The illustrators faithfully created them according to the client's requests. Therefore, we kindly ask you to absolutely refrain from criticizing or slandering the illustrators in question. We deeply apologize for the great inconvenience caused to fans who support Pokemon daily and to the illustrators who assist in Pokemon card production. We will continue to strive for quality improvements so everyone can enjoy Pokemon card games and beat them with peace of mind. Thank you for the understanding. You know what's interesting in all of this? And I know it's translated from Japanese, and the word plagiarism or copied or any word similar to that is nowhere to be found. This is all just coping for the original illustrator that allegedly had the wrong reference material, aka stole a picture, or someone at the Pokemon Company stole some artist's picture, tried to play it off as their own, provided it to this illustrator, or the illustrator found it themselves and they're saying someone else did it. Regardless of it, there is still zero accountability for the theft involved with this, which is absolutely insane to me. It shouldn't be too surprising, but I do find it ironic that this is the same company currently suing Pal World and Pocket Pair for their game that is allegedly ripping off Pokemon. We have the Pokemon Company ripping off an artist to make a card, and now they're saying, please stop attacking the artist that we employ because it's not their fault. They didn't steal it. Someone at the company stole it and gave it to them as reference material. Don't blame them, though. Just blame our entire company. And it said, following the initial removal of the card designs, the artist said they were grateful for the prompt resolution and hoped the matter could be put to rest, which, like I said, this was the original story that I covered previously on it. And the original artist that this was stolen from, their posts are gone. This is their post. You're unable to view this post because the account owner limits who can view their posts. Almost like they felt pressured from Nintendo or the Pokemon Company, or shame even, for drawing something and feel like they were the one in the wrong. They drew the art on the left here, and the card on the right is what got produced. And then they said, oh, sorry, it was incorrect reference material. No, bitch, you stole someone's art and you put this into ChatGPT and told it to put a sun behind it. Because in my previous video, I did that and the card came out looking pretty much exactly like the card on the right with ChatGPT. So you can go ahead and tell me that you got an artist there that drew this freehand and just had reference material. Sorry, bro, I'm not buying it. But secondly, even on top of that, the craziest part about this, there's no accountability for the theft and plagiarism, hoping this entire story just goes away. Meanwhile, they're suing Pocket Pair for plagiarism. Someone please make it make sense. Make it make sense. Unfortunately, because this is the Pokemon Trading Company, they have all their responses are in Japanese. But let's take a second here, read through some of these, translate. So why did you even save someone else's illustration data as reference material without permission in the first place? You wouldn't do something like that unless you intended to trace it from the start, right? It's faster to show than explain in words. So this is especially common when outsourcing to illustrators. If you're told to finalize it in this style, the illustrator has no choice but to do so. That's the job. It's the same as how manga artists don't just draw whatever they want. If you have time to express your feelings, don't you have a ton of things to do to begin with? What's with issuing a warning before even apologizing to users? Is that really the case? I rather feel that this is the most greedy claim. After all, secondary creation illustrators can do nothing against Nintendo. Such claims in reality have no purpose other than to protect illustrators who engage in, oh, there's that word. Finally found it. Someone calling them out with plagiarism. Wild. They continue. Of course, it is true that secondary creation illustrators are in a weak position. They are already profiting from using Pokemon IP, and they have made their accounts private or deleted their posts. There's a possibility that Nintendo may have made adjustments behind the scenes. What will the conclusion be? All responsibility lies with the ordering party. But what kind of responsibility? What will the subsequent response be? If there is responsibility, how will it be taken? In reality, nothing has been explained. This is hey guys, just deal with this apology of us saying it's not even an apology. Just don't blame the artist that quote unquote stole it because they didn't. We did. So stop personal attacks on them. This story is crazy. I'm surprised that this story has not like blown up because of the situation. It wouldn't be like the biggest deal in the world. It'd still be a story, don't get me wrong. But in contrast with what's happening with Pocket Pair, I'm surprised that this, like, if Pocket Pair even brings this up in court, being like, look, judge, even they do it, yet they're coming at us? Strange. Maybe it's just how the game industry works. Wink, wink. Oh, man, good times. But I will leave that one there.